Hello everyone, welcome to another Python video. We are going to program something kind of interesting. Um, let's read the problem. You are to create a program that determines how many paint cans we need. Each plank of the fence requires a single paint can, but your supplier only sells paint cans by the dozen for $14.95. There are 3 fence sections which will be your inputs, and their lengths will be denoted by a series of Fs for each fence plank. How many cans you would need and how many paint cans you have left over and how much it would all cost are the things that we have to output for this program. So if you examine the sample input here, we're given 3 sections of our fence, and section 1 has 2 planks, section 2 has 4 planks, and section 3 has 6 planks. In the sample output down below, we get 12 because we need 12 paint cans, which means that we ended up buying a single box, so we had 0 paint cans left over, and we ended up paying $14.95. So let's get started. In terms of our inputs, we're going to need 3 inputs. We're just going to call them section 1, and it's going to be an input. Enter section 1. And to make our life easier, we're just going to copy that and paste that in 2 more times to create a variable section 2 and variable section 3 for our respective sections of our fence. All right. Then we get into our processing. Well, the total number of paint cans we need, we just have to analyze the number of Fs we have in each section. But if we are allowed to assume that the user is only going to input Fs in our program, then what we can do is the following. We can say that the let's call it cans that we need is just the sum of taking the length function on section 1 and adding that with the length function of section 2 plus the length function of section 3. And what does the len function do? It's a short form for length, and it counts how many characters there are in a string or how many items there are in a list or anything that has really a countable data. We get to able to use the length function to figure out how many items are in certain type of let's say a collection. Right. So since string is a collection of characters, we're able to count how many characters there are in a single string, and we're going to take advantage of that, and that's our output right away. Now we need to try to figure out how many leftovers we have. That means we need to calculate how many boxes we are buying. Okay. So to calculate the number of boxes that we would need for our project, this is the following calculation. What we're going to do first is set our variable boxes to be equal to cans divided by 12. We want to see how many 12 we can put into the number of cans that we have collected and calculated. But what we want to do is use a ceil function to round up. Let's say we only need like 1.2 boxes. Well, we still have to get another box to figure out the 0.2 and paint the 0.2 number of planks that we need to paint on our fences. But for us to use ceil, we're going to need to import that from our math library. So we're going to say from math, we're going to import ceil. And that's going to allow us to round up no matter what the decimal is after dividing by 12, unless it's 0, we get to round up to the nearest whole number. So this is going to help us grab the number of boxes that we need. Then if we bought this many boxes, we can calculate how much it costs by having the total cost to be equal to $14.95, the cost of a single box multiplied by the boxes. And now we also have to calculate the leftovers. We can say the leftovers are, we can say 12 multiplied by boxes, subtract by the number of cans that we have. That means we have this many cans altogether from our boxes, and we're going to subtract the number of cans that we needed. So to have all these done, we can now finish this program like so. We can print that we needed, so F strings here, we needed paint cans. Print statement, another F. We have leftover. The project costs, total cost. and put a period there. And let's save our work and let's see how our program runs. So let's say we're running Python video 4.py. Run this code. We have 2 on the first section, 4 on the next section, and then we're going to have 6 on the next section. We needed 12 cans. We have 0 left over, and the project ends up costing us $14.95. If we run this again with 5 on each side, right, we needed 15 paint cans, and we bought actually 2 boxes to count for that 15 planks. That means we had 9 left over. 24 minus 15 would give us 9, and then the whole project would cost $29.90. All right, so in this problem here, we learn how to use a ceiling function that we can import from math to help us round up any values that would end up having a decimal. And we learn how to use a length function to calculate the number of characters that any string has. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video and stay classy.